Get some insight from Michael Rubin. He's not only senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, former Pentagon official. He actually lived in Iran. So, Michael, there's nobody better to speak with than you right now. Thank you. You know, I was talking to Stephanie Link earlier, and I was like, it's like a fist fight, right? You know, you can say there's an end game, but once you throw a punch, you just don't know how it's going to end up. Iran's a proud nation. We can beat them militarily, but what do you think is the ultimate end game? What does Iran want?
Well, at this point, what Donald Trump wants is what's more important, and that increasingly seems to be regime change. The question is whether it's going to be complete regime change or something like a Venezuela model. Increasingly, it looks like Donald Trump is leaning towards the latter.
Venezuela, the new, for now, leader of Venezuela, Darcy Rodriguez, you know, she's no fan of ours. She's called the United States names publicly, but people I talk to say we can work with her or she will work with us. Is there somebody in Iran that would fit that same mold? They don't have to like us, but they would be willing to work with us, particularly around their nuclear program.
You know, I think it's possible that the Iranians will compromise on their nuclear program. In 1988, when Ayatollah Khomeini was forced to accept a ceasefire with Iraq, he likened it to drinking from a chalice of poison. The late Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei could never make that compromise because Iran has lost more than $2 trillion under his watch because of sanctions and lost opportunities. He couldn't tell the Revolutionary Guard that this is what their sacrifice was for and then give it all up. But his successor could. There's three names being mentioned: Hassan Rouhani, the former president, Kalibov, who used to be a Revolutionary Guard Air Force general, as well as Ali Larijani, who also comes from a Revolutionary Guard background. But this is where I think Donald Trump gets it wrong. He underestimates the ideology that these men embrace and how they're going to consistently try to undermine it.
Well, Larijani may be dead. Rouhani's 70.
I've heard that.
Yeah, Rouhani is 77 years old. So, he, you know, at 77 years old, is that when you want to start to run a nation effectively? What's the variable of the Iranian people? Okay, we've seen 10,000 or more reportedly killed at the hands of the government. These are people that probably most of them just want to be free, live a life, put food on the table. Is there a chance, as Donald Trump said at the beginning of this, that they could step up and sort of take back in some way their own country? Or does the theocracy, the Ayatollahs, do they have such a grip on this country that change will not happen?
Hey, Brian, this is what you need to understand about Iran. In 1979, when you had the revolution, people united what they were against, the Shah. They were promised Islamic democracy. They got neither, but they got the Iran-Iraq War, a war that killed 1 million people. This has led the Iranian people to be very, very frightened of change and the sacrifice that might come next. And look, the chance of a civil war inside Iran is very, very high. That said, they are willing to step up. They hate this regime. It has no legitimacy. The worst thing we could do, however, is snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, or by supporting a Kurdish model and signaling to the Iranian people that perhaps their country is going to be dismantled. That would be the worst option at this point.